for the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, for the Light Bearers Association, for the Colombs and Junior Order, SIROC Chief, Bridget Idiodi. You're welcome, Ma. And we also have present our Deputy National Coordinator, the Regional Monitor for Talis Lodge, Soro Eunice Otete. You're welcome here. And before I go further, I would also like to recognize the presence of our most worthy Grand Administrator. I know he's here, although he hasn't said anything, but he's here and he's watching us do our thing. Please, you're welcome, sir. Frater Dr. Kenneth Idiodi. So we also have present our National President for the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, Sarah Florence Wosu, and I'll be inviting her to give us the opening invocation and opening remarks for this year's conference. Over to you, Ma. You're welcome.
Greetings, brothers and sisters, friends of the order. Let us unite in invocation. God of our hearts, God of our realization, we thank you for another opportunity of serving one more day in the fulfillment of your decrees for the continuous evolution of the personality of our souls in this plane of understanding. Open our hearts and make us receptive to thy divine inspiration. Grant us the grace to learn what we are supposed to get in this webinar, and grant us the courage to apply it to our lives for our own good, for the good of humanity, and to your own glory. So mote it be. Greetings, brothers and sisters, friends of the order. I am delighted to welcome you all to the maiden webinar of Sisters of the Rosy Cross. The coronavirus pandemic has generally affected the way we do things. However, as the saying goes, if things don't turn out best, we make the best of the way things turn out. We have improved our personal hygiene. We have read books. We have seen movies together as a family. Parents have stayed home to have intimate discussions with the children, identifying their areas of challenge and counseling them on how to move ahead in life. Couples who have been lonely in their marriages are beginning to find warmth in each other's arms because the lockdown has forced everyone to stay home. Lost love have been rekindled in the process. For nearness, they say, is dearness. In every situation, we give thanks to God. Our hearts go out to those who lost family members and friends to the pandemic and to other causes. May God strengthen them in these trying times, and may the souls of the departed progress in peace profound. The journey so far. Since the inception of SIROC, Sisters of the Rosy Cross, we have witnessed increased participation of women in affiliated body activities. We have held seminars and conferences where we educate ourselves on how to improve the quality of our lives and how we can have a greater understanding of our Rosicrucian studies. We have held several skill acquisition sessions, which include snail farming, bead making, small chops, ogele, tie and dye, soap making, to mention but a few. Our women have taken advantage of these skills to support the economies of their families. SIROC has extended charity to people living with HIV, people living with VVF, vesico-vaginal fistula, Abuja School for the Blind, internally displaced persons, orphanages, and motherless babies' homes. I call on all our fratres to encourage their wives to participate actively in SIROC activities. Having served as Public Relations Officer, Secretary, Vice President, and now President, I can confidently say that the benefits are enormous. It is necessary to bring up our children to appreciate our noble order. The best way to achieve this is to get the mothers actively involved. I acknowledge the efforts of our national coordinator, Chief Mrs. G.B. Idiodi, who for many years now have been doing just that, with immense support from the English West Africa administration, headed by our beloved Grand Administrator, Dr. Kenneth Idiodi. We appreciate the contributions of our past presidents who have placed SIROC on a high pedestal. I thank you all, my beloved sorors and fratres, for your unflinching support. Your contributions have assisted us in carrying out our programs and meeting our obligations towards bereaved families. The theme for this webinar is Self-Mastery for Quality Living. The overview of this theme will be presented by our past president, Sarah Margaret Oberlin. We have other topics like boosting our immunity through diet and lifestyle by Sarah Cecilia Ekanen, social media marketing by Frata Okon Ubin, the benefits of deep breathing and overall exercise by the national president, Sarah Florence Wilson. We sincerely believe that these topics respond to the present-day challenges posed by the coronavirus pandemic. We are conscious of the challenges of low signal strength, epileptic power supply, lack of required devices, and so on. We are, however, encouraged by our desire to create the awareness that the world is going virtual. We either flow with the tide or be left behind. Our members were therefore advised before now to prepare for this webinar and to connect to the internet providers with the strongest signals in their areas. It is important that we do this now that even our monographs can be accessed online. I invite you all to relax and enjoy these presentations. Thank you all for joining us. Up, Sisters of the Rosy Cross, keep the rose blooming. I would now like to invite our national coordinator, our jewel of inestimable value, our indefatigable coordinator, Chief Mrs. G.B. Idiodi, to formally declare this webinar open.
Up, Sisters of the Rosy Cross, keep the
Keep the
rose
rose
blooming.
blooming.
Up, Sisters of the Rosy Cross,
Keep the rose
blooming.
blooming. Up, Sisters of the Rosy Cross, keep the
Keep the
rose
rose
blooming.
blooming.
On behalf of the Rosicrucian Order AMOC, I welcome you all to this maiden webinar of Sisters of the Rosy Cross. I bring you greetings from our Grand Administrator, English West African Administration, EWAD, and the executive of the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, popularly called SIROC. This weekend promises to be inspiring and uplifting to all Sisters of the Rosy Cross, as well as our beloved fratres who are and always been an associate member of Sisters of the Rosy Cross. Please sit relaxed at this time and enjoy this presentation, as you have already been told by our SIROC National President, Soro Wosu, our past master from Eton Lodge, Cecilia Ekanem, as well as our past president of SIROC, Soro Mandalino Obin, and our wonderful frater Ubin Okunobi, a Libera alumni, and the EWAD English West Africa Administration IT lead. It is my pleasure at this time and my honor as well and privilege to declare this webinar section of Sisters of the Rosy Cross open. God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much, our National Coordinator for SIROC and our President, our National President for SIROC. So before we go straight into our team lecture, permit me to introduce here present the national executives for the Sisters of the Rosy Cross. We already know the national president, which is Soro Florence Wosu. So I will be introducing Regional Monitor Emeritus, Regional Monitor Emerita, Soro Eunice Atta. She is the Vice President for the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, and she is from Kromata Lodge, Enugu. Then we have from Zoha Lodge, Yanagoa, our secretary, our national secretary, Soro Basi Eke-Spiff. And we also have from Talis Lodge, Port Harcourt, our financial secretary, Soro Janet Didam. And all the way from Kutumi Lodge, Wari, we have our treasurer, Soro Justina Odiakose. And we have our public relations officer from Akhenaten chapter in Port Harcourt, Soro Esther Okuchaba. Then we have our social media consultant from Memphis Lodge, Lagos, Soro Gladys Ona. And of course, my humble self from Harmonium chapter, the Assistant National Secretary, Soro Nefertiti Ohimai. I know you're all applauding, so let me applaud. Okay, so we are ready for our lecture, our team lecture titled Self-Mastery for Quality Living, which comes on the backdrop of the GA's last session titled The Mastery of Life. Let's meet our facilitator. Our facilitator is a one-time moderator and past master of Lagos Island chapter. She has also served in the capacity of chairman for SIROC Lagos Zone, national vice president of the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, SIROC, and past president of SIROC. Distinguished fratres and sorors, please, let's welcome Soro Margaret Overlin. You're welcome, and over to you, Ma.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's very nice to be home, I will call it. Our topic for today is self-mastery for quality living. This is the first webinar we're having for Sisters of the Rosy Cross. I am very glad to be here with you. And kudos to, what will I say, pandemic. It has made us to really look inward for us to see what we can do to reach ourselves. Distance should not be a barrier. At any given time, we should connect. On that note, I will go straight into the lecture of today. I have an outline here. I will make few definitions. Then I will also take us through our early studies in the order, which is like a pillar or foundation for our existence. Then I'll also take us through 4 pillars of mastery, which the order has given to us. And I will take us through 9 steps to master yourself. I will start with definition. When we are talking about self, we are talking about individual temporary behavior or character. The definition I'm giving you now is from the Webster. Webster further defines self as union of elements such as body, emotions, thoughts, sensations that constitute the individuality and identification of a person. Then Webster further defined mastery as knowledge and skill that allows you to do or use or understand something better. It also says mastery can be likened to complete control of something. Then quality living is defined here as distinguishing factor or creating the difference or outstanding life. Self-mastery. Self-mastery is often defined as self-control, the ability to exert a strong will against our impulses to steer our future to one of our choosing. But this is also one aspect of the term. Self-mastery requires having a vision for our future self and harnessing the will to realize that vision. Self-mastery includes, but not limited to, mastering body, which connects us to the earth element. Heart, mastering your heart connects us to the emotions of water. Mastering mind connects us to your consciousness, which represents fire. And then the soul connects us to the higher self, the vital life force, the air. Mastering self means knowing exactly what you need and meeting those needs without having any reason to fail or excuses. Mastery of life and self, I'm using the Rosicrucian approach here. Mastery of life means our early monograph teaches and provided us with tools and techniques to take firm control of our lives. It teaches us how to consciously direct our personal destiny. It teaches us how to develop our own unique and customized, deeply satisfying personality or philosophy of life. All these tools and more are there to help us direct our lives purposefully and enable us to accomplish our reason for our existence. Mastery of self are at different levels of existence. We are talking about the physical level, mental level, psychic level, and spiritual level. Self-mastery at the physical level. At the physical level, the order has provided us with techniques or tools to enable us take care of our health. Deep breathing exercise is one of them, which takes care of your vitality. Negative breathing exercise for cold condition. Natural breathing is also part of it. Positive mindset is key for you to live a quality life. You are really what you think. This also allows you to have sanity, you have good health. You are where your thoughts are. Here we are taught how to relieve various health conditions that we may be having in life. More of the others effective teachings and techniques of speeding up natural healings will be found in 6th Temple degree in our order. Self-mastery at the mental level. A change in our mentality brings complete and total change in our issues. We are really what we think about. And we are what our thoughts are. What we think about predominantly forms a part of our stories in life and also our realities. The other teaches us about the techniques we can use to bring into our physicality whatever desire we may want to manifest. Example, it teaches us on how to maintain peace in our minds, create happiness in our world, and be satisfied with the little we have, and also improve our financial issues. Self-mastery at the psychic level. The strength and power of our inner minds will be enabled and brought us to a higher level of operations. It will thereby open up a whole new dimension of experience in our world. Attunement will be a lot more easier, faster, and rewarding. We will be in alignment with universal energy, and our path will be made whole. When our psychic is in harmony, we will gain increase in stamina and sensitivity. But when this level of our life is blocked due to worries, ego, wrongdoing, it brings stagnation and pain into our own world. Self-mastery, when it comes to spiritual level, the greater teachings of the order have also provided us with tools to increase our inner awakening. This in turn leads to our permanent awareness of the unity of creation, all creation, and our personal relationship with the cosmic. At this level, mysticism becomes a direct experience of profound attunement with the divine. Beloved, there is nothing more satisfying or fascinating, more inspiring and rewarding than embarking on a journey into self-mastery, as this will bring you inner peace and contentment. Self-mastery is not a point, but the life journey we need to make. Life is not a bed of roses. Even roses have thorns. Life is a constant challenge of overlapping obstacles that stands in the way of creating a better family life. This obstacle stands in the way of developing a successful career, securing material needs, maintaining one's health. This eternal struggle should not be the cause for despair, because it is through successfully overcoming challenges in life that we evolve. Tools of mastering yourself. There are about 9 tools. There are up to 9 tools here. This is 9 tools for you to master yourself. Listen to this portion very well. Catch yourself when you start blaming games. Sometimes we stop to blame others apart from ourselves. Take responsibility. Whatever thing life throws at you, take responsibility. Catch yourself when you are resisting life. Cultivate acceptance and ask, what next? Recognize the difficult circumstances that are there. Recognize that difficult circumstances are there to open new doors for you. Establish practice that connects you with the cosmic. Learn to pay attention to what you need. Learn to overrule your mind. Our mind chatters a lot, brings in doubt from every front. All you need to do, learn to overrule it. And most importantly, love yourself. Catch yourself when you start blaming games. In every coin, there are 2 sides. If life throws you the wrong side of the coin, flip it over immediately. Do not sit there to say, oh, why me? That which has come to you is an opportunity to grow better. Sometimes life gives a throw and you love it and you keep it. When the bad throw comes, know that a bigger chance has come for you to have bigger grace. Do not look at the hurts or pains and stop moving. The important thing you need to do, and you need to know that you have to keep moving. If you have been wasting energy blaming yourself all through life, have you ever thought about changing tactics? Taking responsibility. When you take whatever life throws at you and you use it to change your life, making yourself stronger and more resilient, life will become more easier to manage than to play victimhood. If you have been wasting your energy trying to change people around you or wasting energy in reactive circumstances, have you thought about using that same energy to master yourself? Responsibility is the first step we take towards mastery. The more responsible we get, the more we get to master our own self. Victimhood, me syndrome. Why me syndrome? Life brings you a rain. Seek for the rainbow. Life brings you pains. Look for the joy in the pain. When life takes you down, grab the ladder around you and rise up. Do not hug the pains. Do not remain grounded because you have been pushed down. Grab the strength in you and rise up. Self-mastery is about fixing your weaknesses. This cannot be done by sitting down to say, why me? The great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with the failure. That is from Abraham Lincoln. If we see some failure has grace in it, some failure has peace in it, has joy in it. If you look beyond the pains, you will see the diamond in failing. Catch yourself when you are resisting life. In resisting life, you'll be saying, I wish this did not happen. It has happened. Then what next? What can we do to move forward? Resisting the way things are is another victim behavior that seriously hampered our ability to master our lives. Mastership is not a point to get to, but a journey of life. It requires continuous movement to get to our final destination. When you start to reason like a victim or resisting life changes, know that you are creating a blockage for yourself. No, I can't do it. I wish it was not this or that. If only that could have happened, or this, if only that had happened. Have you ever stopped to reason and ask yourself, can all these reasons create an opening to elevate me, or are they just breaking me down the more? If you start saying it can't be me, no, it shouldn't happen, are you making progress with it? All you need to do is to move forward. Cultivating acceptance and asking for the way forward. When you ask, you shall be given. When you seek, you will find. When you knock, it shall be opened unto you. And all you need to do, absolutely, all you need to do is for you to ask. Okay, this has happened. And now what? That is the first step. That's the tipping point. And now what means you want a solution to whatever negativity you have faced in life. All you need to do, what is the next step? This will shift your energy from victimhood to focusing on finding solution. At this point, you will be engaging both your conscious and unconscious mind to find a solution. At a flash of an intuition, you will find a solution. When you start asking, what next? What can we do? Recognizing that difficult circumstances are there to open the doors we never even thought existed before. Life is an illusion. Whatever thing you see may be a husk, and if you stay where you are, that will become your reality. But if you dare to break through it, you'll be given the power to do it. In the Rosicrucian order, they said, dare to do something, you'll be given the ability to do it. Some unique and precious gifts in life, they come to us wrapped in sandpaper. Sandpaper means difficulties. Some hard roads we travel may end up becoming a superhighway for us. Life may present you with darkness. There to break through that darkness, you will see the tremendous light you will have at the other end of the tunnel. There's really no evil in life except our interpretation of it. In every seemingly evil we see, look beyond that, you will recognize the goodness in it. We all have our own time and moment. That pain you are currently having or experiencing is there to make you. If you allow it to make you, it will make you. But if you allow it to break you, it will break you. If you see nothing but failure in your pain, that is what you get. But if you see goodness in that pain, what comes to you will be success, an amazing success that you will never even thought existed. Establish practices that will connect you with the light. In self-mastery and gaining quality living, connectivity to the cosmic masters and the egregore of the order is key in our spiritual and physical life. A day without connection to the light of first force of the Creator is like a decade in darkness. Our beloved order has provided us with the following practices to keep us attuned with the cosmic and the masters. Morning rituals like breathing exercise, attunement, and meditation. Afternoon rituals, medifocus, connecting to the celestial sanctum for attunement. Evening rituals, overall exercise, meditation, and celestial sanctum attunement. Our convocation is also what will also connect us with the cosmic. Selfless service to humanity connects you like an automatic button you press. Contribution or donation towards the work of the order and spirituality is a door opener. Payment of dues to connect with the egregore of the order cannot be overemphasized. You have to be connected. The moment you disconnect yourself by not paying your dues, you have yourself to blame. Learn to pay attention to what you need. Sometimes we need things we don't even know what we want. The techniques of getting what we want has been provided in our early monographs. How wholesome is that which you are seeking? How pure? How beneficial will it be to others apart from yourself? When you can imagine it, you are one step towards getting it. When you visualize it, you are envisioning the result. When you creatively visualize it, you are already actualizing what you seek in the spiritual world. When we release that to the cosmic, just like the cosmic, the order teaches, you meditate on what you want and release. That amounts to you posting a letter. Our desire is sealed at the upper world. The next thing will be, are you happy with what you have? That is, if you manifest what you have, if you manifest what you have, you prayed about, are you happy? Or are you going to turn around and say, oh no, this is not what I thought it would come? The reason why we should pay attention to what we ask for, because it may become our reality. You play victimhood when you should be playing mastery. If you don't like the beat, change the music. One moment of peace brings us more fulfillment than 1,000 streams of chaos. Life, therefore, must be what you have to take attention, you pay attention to. 1,000 streams of chaotic life, therefore, you must pay attention to what you need for you to get what you want and what you'll be happy with. Learn to overrule your mind. Sometimes our mind chatters a lot. You have made a request to the cosmic, you've prayed. The next thing will be like, I don't know whether it will come to me, whether I really merit it. Do I deserve it? Those are the chatters you have to overrule your mind from indulging in. If you have done it, let the cosmic take over. The mind chatter can be an impediment to our progress, but our ability to overrule the chatter will create a difference in our world. Our ability to overrule those distractions and destructive thoughts will go a long way to make the difference in our world. Sometimes we may lack the strength to face our fears or challenge our future because our mind tells us, oh, we're not good enough. You need to know you are more than what your fear is telling you you are. You may think that the best thing in life are not for you. Yes, that will be so for you. But if you think the very best in life is for you, yes, it is true. You can achieve it. As you think in your mind, so shall it be unto you. Beloved, would you rather play below the line and kill yourself? The choice is all yours. Go for the kill and get anything that you want in life. The best in life is for you to enjoy. If you look around you and see that everything in life has been created for you, you will not lack a single thing. Love yourself. That is the ultimate. You cannot see somebody looking like this, I wish I looked like that. You cannot see somebody having this, I wish I have that. You have all that the Creator has given to you to appreciate. Love yourself. Nobody is better than you. You are a perfect being and you were created perfect. If you do not love yourself, you cannot love others. If you do not know yourself, in loving yourself, you have to know yourself. If you do not know yourself, you cannot know others. If you cannot manage yourself too, you cannot manage others. If you don't love yourself, you hate everybody. Know thyself according to the order. The word found at the entrance of the most famous of the temples of Apollo at Delhi in ancient Greek. This same word attributes to Pythagoras, Plato, Socrates, and Thales. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier than steel. Lao Tzu. Love yourself is a crown of grace we adorn ourselves with. Know thyself is the ultimate goal of self-mastery and quality living. In concluding, there is nothing more fascinating, more inspiring and rewarding than embarking on the journey into self-mastery, as this will bring you inner peace and contentment. Those external struggles that we may be facing in life should not be the cause for despair, because it is through successfully overcoming challenges in life that you can gain self-mastery and quality living. Up, Sisters of the Rosy Cross. Up, Sisters of the Rosy Cross.
Keep the rose blooming.
Rose blooming. Up, Sisters
Of the Rosy Cross.
I don't know if I've taken all my time or I still have some time.
You still have some time.
Nice. I have some questions. And my question goes, I think everybody will have to unmute your mic so that they can answer my question. Please unmute your mic. What are the tools for self-mastery and how do you apply those tools to your life and others? That is question number 1. Anybody that wants to answer can just raise his hand and you invite the person to talk. Nefertiti.
Yes, ma.
Thank you.
Okay, so while we are waiting for anyone that wants to respond to the question, you will all agree with me that Sarah Margaret Overland did a very good job to the team lecture titled Self-Mastery for Quality Living. And she has also left us with things to take home, to ponder over, to think about for some days from today. So she talked about self-mastery on the physical level, mental level, psychic level, spiritual level, and she talked about this same question, the tools for mastering yourself. And then she also used the phrase that I picked. If you don't like the beats, change the music.
Exactly.
And love yourself is also know thyself. So we will be responding to the tools for self-mastery that she had already asked us a question on. So Ma, am I supposed to be responding to this, or I'll allow other people?
No, some people have raised their hands. They have raised their hands. No, those that have raised their hands, call them, let them just answer the question. The question is for them and you too, if you want to answer, no issue.
Okay.
What are the tools? Akara. Kovia Akara. As
Yes,
raised his hand. I can see it from here.
Yes, I'm trying to unmute her. Kovie Akara. Okay.
Hello?
Kovie, you're live.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, the tools for self-mastery, the one I can recall is she talked about us to love ourselves, then to stop resisting life, and also to stop blaming others, and also for us to take responsibility. Those are the ones I can call.
Well, that's a very good attempt. There are 9 tools. You have given us, did she give us 4 or 3?
I think she gave us 3.
Somebody else has raised his hands.
Yes, so I'm going there. We have Angela. Angela, you're live.
Yeah, it's Sarah Wigwe on the line.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
welcome, ma'am.
Greetings.
Carry on, ma'am.
Yeah, the tools for self-mastery, as far as I will understand, is by meditating, studying your monograph, and application of whatever you have studied. Then the study, as you go on, must reflect in your attitude, in your relationship with others. I think that's what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Aside the monograph, did you listen to the 9 tools I gave? Because monograph is there to guide us. Additional work we need to do on ourselves. I've listed 9 tools. You will agree with me, sometimes we start doubting ourselves, we start thinking, a lot of things come into our minds, and we start chattering away, doubting life, doubting everything that we have in life. Self-chatter is one of them. Just catch yourself when so a lot of things are running racket in your head. Worries, which you have to let it off your mind. I mentioned some other tools. Let me not release it. So some other people can also try it.
I'll be unmuting Sarah Idiagomeri right now to respond to the question. Sarah Mary, please.
Greetings, everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Nice. This is a very nice topic indeed. I really enjoyed it. I think some of the tools mentioned I can flow with is establish practice that keep you connected. That is by attending our convocation regularly, our morning meditation. Then by 12 noon, we will attune ourselves with the Celestial Santo. Another one that I can still remember is learn to pay attention to what we need, which is very, very important. That we should pay attention to whatever we need. Instead of leaving this one, going to the other one, then learn to overrule our mind. Because if you don't, at times, our mind, if you don't learn to overrule our mind, it will lead us to so many things in life. I think that is the sole contribution I can do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I will link this up to the studies in the order that the creator, the other started right from the beginning when we joined the other, talking about the still small voice. You've been hearing about the still small voice that we should be listening to. That's the voice of conscience. That's the voice of your soul talking to you when you are in trouble. But the mind of chatter sometimes overshadows it. That if you learn to listen to it all the time, you will enhance the ability for that still small voice to take over the mind of chatter. That's the one that confuses you completely. The still small voice is directly from your soul. If you follow that still small voice, the first thing I learned in the order was to follow the mind, the voice of my soul. The moment I started knowing about deep breathing exercise and all that, and I started hearing my head, you know, sometimes it comes through. Don't do this. I say, no, do it. No, don't do it. Then they said, do it. Then the do it is more, and what is leading you to do is negative thing. That small, gentle one that speaks maybe once or quietly is the one you should be listening to. That is the one that will lead you to glory. Not the one that is telling you go and fight somebody because the person offended you. Now, another one, have we listed all? Anybody?
No, we haven't. So I am unmuting Soror Roslyn Imoniero, which I have done now.
All right. Okay,
sorry,
Soror,
Moniero.
you have the floor.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 6 participants raised hands. Nice.
2 have been treated, another 4. So I will be taking another one. Have asked to unmute Sorry, Moniero, but it's not coming on.
Keep trying, but you can call somebody else while she's.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
And like I was saying, I said, you know, I need to thank Sir Evelyn for a beautiful lecture. And so much has been said, but I also want to add that he said life, you know, life shows you different things. You have to look at it properly and move on. In other words, in every coin, there are 2 sides.
Yes.
So look at well, and then know which lesson you have to learn from it.
Exactly.
And he also talked about the next step. Once you have a problem, stop and wait. He also advised that instead of trying to, you know, trying to change somebody who is refusing to change, you should also look inward. Try to do your own self-mastery instead of changing the person. You change yourself. So these are the ones, because they said a lot, these are the ones I think I can see.
Thank you,
very
ma.
much.
Thank you. We appreciate. Thank you, ma. All the points listed, I guess we have almost exhausted it, but the answer is at the other side. But the answer, no, I think is alone. Now we can now see the answer, so that for point of emphasis, I want us to see the answer so that we'll take home properly. This presentation will be left with the, I actually sent it to the admin. It can be shared so that members can also look at it from time to time. The tools are catch yourself when you start blaming games. Take responsibility in everything you find yourself. Catch yourself when you are resisting life. Sometimes we go through a hard road. You think life is ending. That hard road is opening into a super highway. All you need to do, bear the pains, forget about the pains. If I look beyond the pains and look at what is coming after that, then cultivate acceptance and asking for next step. Okay, this has happened. What can I do next? I want to close this matter. I want to get it over me. I want to get it off my mind. Show me what to do, Lord. I'm ready to do it. That's what next. Then recognize that whatever difficult circumstances we find ourselves is opening up a better door. You may look at it as being difficult. There is really no evil, there is no bad. You may look at it as difficult, but it's opening up a much better door than the road you were treading. So all of us, we need to know that if you are faced with difficulties today, look beyond that difficulties. You will see the grace that is awaiting you. Establish practice that will make you connected with the light, with the cosmic. Do not just get serious with your spiritual work. Get connected all the time. Then learn to pay attention to what you need. Some of the things that are happening to you, we draw them to ourselves. We attract the very things that come to us. If you see a reality that you don't like, change it. Change your thought. Look at your thought. What did you think? What did you attract? Is it what you attracted or something else? So if you see what you don't really like, start going back. Don't blame anybody for it. Don't say, oh, this is responsible, that is responsible. Look at yourself first. After you would have done self-examination and know that your thought pattern was not very positive. So you shouldn't expect to attract something positive. When your thought pattern is completely negative and full of doubt, what comes around is doubtful, is negativity. But if your thought pattern is positive, what you get is going to be positive all the step on the way. Then you now do overruling your mind. Sometimes the other teaches us about mind over matter. When do you apply that? When do you apply mind over matter? No matter how bleak a situation is, if you rule your mind, use your mind over that very matter, you are supposed to rule the world and subdue it. You are supposed to rule your own matter and subdue it, not that matter ruling you. Oh, wow, interesting.
Okay, so we're having a Nigerian factor, but we understand.
Yes. So not that matter ruling you. So you have to rule your mind. If you say it is, so shall it be. But if you say, no, oh Lord, why me? I am always a victim, you remain a victim. But if you say you are a victor and you always remain a victor, you remain victorious. Now, love yourself is the last one. Somebody had already said it. Then my next question is, what are the 4 levels of self-masteries? I've given 4 levels of self-masteries. What are they?
And I already gave an insight to that as well when I was rounding off.
Okay,
I want to also stylishly let you know that
my time is coming.
But
okay,
before I do that,
before
I do that, someone has also left a message in the Q&A, a question rather, in the Q&A area, and the question is from Dominic Omenai. He's saying, or he's asking, I struggle with doubts. How do I overcome this? And he went on, and he went on with some other details. Like, I recently noticed for some years now, I am very fearful. I wasn't always like this. I was once a very bold person. What is the cause, or what is causing the fearfulness, and what can I do to remedy it? Self-mastery for quality living.
We are talking about the mind now. If your mind and mind over matter. Mind over matter is the issue of you are very fearful. What can you do? Just say what you want, not what is not. When you start looking at what is not, then you cannot get what you want. If you say, this is how my life, I want peace in my life. I want harmony. Even if the world is going into pieces around you, if you hold on to that which you want, that is what is coming to you. Peace will return in your life. Harmony will return in your life. You want to get there, all you need to say is, I'm getting there no matter what. That is mind over matter. But if you allow things that could stop you from getting there to dominate your mind, definitely, that's when that comes to play. I don't know if I've answered your question in that case. Otherwise, maybe you're not.
I think you have answered the question.
Okay.
So, thank you very much, Ma. And for these other questions, I don't know how you want us to handle, but we are running against time. Your time is up.
I know, just last question, number 4, the last question, just bullet, that's it. It was a bullet point thing I put in there. Or let me just run through it. You have seen the question, let me read the question and answer it myself so that people will take home something. What are the 4 parts of us and the corresponding elements to those 4 parts of us that we need to master to have a better living? The answers are here. The first one, you have already listed it, physical, mental level, you know. Then the third one is your body connects with the physicality. You have to master your environment. The Mastery of Life booklet that is given to us, the very first form we filled when we receive our first package as members of Rescution. It talks about self-mastery. If you read that book again, do not say you are in the higher level, you cannot. Go back to it. If you read it, it will tell you a lot about the physicality of your life, how to tame the chaos around you. Then emotions has to do with your thinking. What do you think? How do you feel about others? All you need to do, kill any negative emotion, any negativity that is impeding your happiness, kill it, and take on that which will give you joy and happiness. The same with your consciousness. Your consciousness is everything. As you think in your mind, so shall it be. Then self, you have to evolve. Self-evolution is why we are here on earth to start with. Do not settle for the lower things of life. Look for those higher cosmic things that will move your mind from the elementary part of life to the higher level. I will now round up by saying, mastering self means knowing exactly what we need and meeting those needs with no excuses. On that note, I would like to say thank you for listening. I've rounded up.
Wow. Thank you so much, our past master and our past moderator and our past president for the Sisters of the Rosy Cross. I know several people are applauding at their various locations, but I really need to do this so you can hear. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you.
This was really power-packed.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. Ma, you were saying something.
I don't know if Mommy wants to say something. I think she was almost like saying something. Mommy.
Okay. I was just thanking you for the beautiful lecture and that we all enjoyed it. And God bless you and continue to inspire you to give more in the near future. So motivating.
Thank you, Ma. So motivating, Ma. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. I will stop sharing now. The slide is there. It can be shared to everyone, please.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for the beautiful lecture. And thanks to all our attendees. You would agree with me that today, the SIROC, the sorrows of our great order are not boring us today. We are hitting it hard. I mean, I'm talking to fratres, light bearers, columns, everyone present here. I know you are all benefiting from our session today. So, not to waste any time at all, we are moving straight to our next lecture, and it's on social media marketing. But before we do that, I think I would allow a little break, a very short break, so we can take down our notes and round off the lecture from Sarah Margaret Ovolin, as well as get ready for the next lecture. Okay, up Sisters of the Rosy Cross, keep the rose blooming. Up Sisters of the Rosy Cross. Okay, that was our short break. And for those of us not familiar with the event or the national event of the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, that video, the short video you saw now, is from the sporting event of the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, and it comprises of all zones. Every zone is present in that activity. It's usually a fun-filled one, and also it's got a bit of competition as well as togetherness and fitness. So you can see the Sisters of the Rosy Cross actually covers, or it has you covered, because it talks about the spiritual, the physical, well-being of our sorors. And these sorors will definitely take these back to their homes. And then we're talking about the well-being of the family. On this note, we move to our next lecture. Okay. Titled Social Media Marketing. So let's meet our facilitator. Our facilitator is someone I've known like forever, from my childhood till now. Let's just say we grew up in the order together. Our facilitator was born into a Rosicrucian family and has been through the ranks from junior order to the Light Bearers Association to adult membership. He has served as Eton Lodge chairman for the Light Bearers Association, as well as the Eastern Zonal secretary for the Light Bearers Association. And he is currently a life member of the Light Bearers Association Induction Committee. He is currently the IT lead for the English West Africa administration of the Rosicrucian Order AMOC. Distinguished fratres and sorors, I present Frater Ubin Okonubin. You're welcome.
Up, Sisters of the Rosy Cross.
Keep the rose blooming.
Up, Sisters of the Rosy Cross.
Keep the rose blooming.
Thank you very much, moderator. And I also want to thank the National Coordinator and Deputy National Coordinator of the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, alongside the National Executive, for doing me this honor by inviting me to handle this session. To the people I call my mothers, my sisters, and my friends. Soror Margaret Ovunlen just finished a session, a highly packed session on self-mastery. I would say she just discussed self-mastery at a level I have not heard before. And to that I said, Ma, kudos. You spoke about the spiritual. I want to address the physical. So here we go. Social media, I said, why me? We have several young Rosicrucians, several librarians who are adepts in this art. But I decided to take upon myself this challenge and break it down to the level whereby technical people like you and I can understand. In the world of today, we talk about social media, or the word social media is very, very common. For some of us who don't really know what social media may be, but have been using the tools of social media, I will mention a particular tool that we are all familiar with. That will be Facebook. To enable me direct my thoughts properly, I would like to share my slide. Follow this topic in a you're seeing my screen.
Not yet. We can't see your screen yet. And at the moment, you're frozen, Fratobin. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Social media marketing is a platform to connect with our audiences to build your brand, increase sales, and drive website traffic. These involve publishing great content on your social media, listening to and engaging your followers, seeing your results, and running social media advertisements. The major social media platforms at the moment are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube. We are very conversant with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. As we I would take time to explain what these various social media platforms are used for and how we can in our or to market our businesses on the social media. In today's world, media in myriad of ways. A business that is concerned about what people are saying about its brand would monitor social conversations and respond to relevant mentions online. A business that wants to understand how it is performing on social media, engagement, and sales on social media. Now, what do I mean here? You have a business, taking your business online. Let's not forget that in this age and time, most especially now that we have this COVID-19 pandemic, many persons want to reach out, many young entrepreneurs or small and medium entrepreneurs reach out to their customers, to their clients, and to the people who they do business with. One major tool that you can use that is very, at the same time, low cost is the social media. So a business that is concerned about about its brand will monitor social media conversations and respond to relevant mentions. What I mean actually here is if you have a social media page, you have to monitor and listen to what people are saying about your business, the conversations that are ongoing about what your page, and respond to them as the case may be. A business that how it is performing on would have to analyze its reach. What I mean by reach is how many people, for example, you make a post on Facebook, or Instagram, how many people has that post reached? How many people have read that post of yours? How many people actually seen it or acted upon it? And if you have like a shop on your Facebook page or Instagram page, or you can equally go as far as to monitor how the sales are happening.
Frata Ubin, I'm sorry to cut into your presentation, but we are having a bit of a problem with your audio as well as your picture. You're freezing. So I don't know if it's something you need to do with regards to your internet or it's with the hands-free you're using right now for the audio aspect, but a whole lot of persons are complaining about your audio. One, you have to turn it up. You have to increase your tone. Then two, you're breaking.
Oh, okay, thank you very much for the necessity. I will proceed
Okay.
to change my internet and give the technical challenges.
All right. Thank you very much.
Could you please give me a few seconds to do that?
Yes, we will. We're waiting. So while we're waiting for Frata Ubin Okunubin to change his network or the internet provider as well as his hands-free, I would also like to use this opportunity to commend the affiliated bodies. I'm talking about affiliated bodies outside Lagos that have commenced a bit of temple activities, and on this day they have come together at their AB to project this webinar to their members. Firstly, I would like to congratulate or like to commend Eton Lodge Uyo. I would like to commend Eton Lodge Uyo. I can see Sarah Cecilia Ekanem dressed in the zonal uniform of Eastern Zone, that's one. And I also had the opportunity to see lots of members at the affiliated body where this seminar or this webinar is being projected. And I also got the information that same is happening at Benin City Lodge right now. So we are indeed grateful that you could come together to put our sorrows together, and members of your AB and friends of our association, that is SIROC, to be with us today. Thank you very much. And we're looking forward to having you here again tomorrow as well. So, Frata Ubin, are you ready? Okay. So we're still waiting for him.
I'll be with you in a minute. Are you hearing me?
Okay, we can hear you. We're waiting.
Please, moderator, confirm if you're hearing me.
Loud and clear.
Thank you. I want to believe that I'm no longer breaking.
You're still breaking.
So while he's still breaking, trying to get on, I want to tell you that our Grand Council of Frata Imebot is even here with us, and some past masters. So
oh, that's some good news.
Or you can comment him.
Thank you so much, Grand Councilor, and our past masters from Eton Lodge Uyo. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being associate members in good terms. I'm not trying to mock anybody, but thank you for being here with us. It is truly, truly, truly wonderful and commendable that you had to create time out of your schedule to be at the temple with our sorors and also sit with us to enjoy what we are having right now. Thank you very much, sirs. Frata Ubin, you're back. Okay, so while we're still waiting for Frata Ubin, I would also use the opportunity to let us know that tomorrow will start 11 o'clock.
Am I?
Sorry, please. Frata Ubin. Okay, while he's still trying to sort that out, I would like to use the opportunity to let us know about our program for tomorrow. You know, this program is for 2 days, and we commence at 11 o'clock tomorrow. And we will be having lectures from Sarah Cecilia Ekanem titled Boosting Our Immunity Through Diet and Lifestyle, as well as the benefits of deep breathing and overall body exercise. by the national president, Cyril Florence Wosu. So if you are having fun today and if you are enjoying what we are doing today, we will be glad to have you here again tomorrow.
Sorry for the break in transmission. Please, moderator, kindly confirm that you're hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you without any issues, but just turn up the volume of your voice.
Okay. So thank you very much, for Nefertiti. Sincere apologies for challenges we are facing from this part of the country. Please, moderator, if I am perceived I'm having
Hello, Nefertiti.
Nefe, you can call somebody else while he tries to sort his, if that's acceptable. He can sort his internet out while you call somebody else whose internet could be better. Or he sends his work to somebody to project while he reads it from where he is. If that will help.
Distinguished fratres and sorors, please note we are experiencing a bit of network issues with the location Frater Ubin Okunubin is at the moment, and it's been sorted out. As I can see his video on right now, and I suppose everyone else can see the video, but let him just test the audio. Frater Ubin, can you hear me now?
Thank you very much, for Nefertiti. I can hear you now loud and clear.
Thank you.
So we proceed. Thank you very much. I would like to go back from the beginning since I had technical challenges for the greater part of my presentation. I would like each and every one of us to be carried along in the course of this presentation. So basically, we'll be talking about social media marketing. And in my introduction here, you can see that social media marketing is the use of social media platforms to connect with your audience. Your audience could be your friends, family, your customers, your clients, and your business partners, as the case may be. In order to build your brand, increase sales, and drive website traffic. By website traffic, I mean the people that are visiting your website. I am not actually referring to the traffic on our routes, but the people that visit our website on a day-to-day basis. All right, so this involves publishing of great content on your social media profiles, listening to and engaging your followers, analyzing your results, and running social media advertisements. In today's world, we realize that most of the time in our idle moments, we spend it online, surfing the internet, visiting Facebook, posting pictures and videos on Instagram, and other social media platforms. The question that normally comes to my mind is, what really are we doing with our time on the social media? Are we busy engaging ourselves with idle gossip, or are we making money from it? If we are making money from it, how are we going about it? Is it worth the time expended on the social media, or are we just on it for fun? The major social media platforms that we have at the moment are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, and Snapchat. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are very popular among today's generation. For my mothers in the house and my fathers in the house, they may have heard of Facebook, and some of them are actually using Facebook. At least I know that I've seen GB on Facebook. I think she's my friend on Facebook. I've seen Soro Eunice Otete on Facebook. She's my friend on Facebook. Soro Nwosu is on Facebook. And I think Soro Nefetiti is on Twitter. And on Snapchat, I see a couple of Soros here and there. So you can see that this social media platform cuts across all the age demographics. It is not selective. Okay. So that is why it is very important for us to know and understand how we can use these platforms to increase awareness to what we are doing at the moment. Are we traders? Are we public speakers? Are we engaged in any form of activity that requires interaction with people and also involves buying and selling? Do we have need for an online presence that will enable us to reach out to people irrespective of their location? These are the things the social media platform will help us to achieve if we know how to use them productively. In today's world, businesses use social media in myriad of ways. The first point here is a business that is concerned about what people are saying about its brand would monitor social media conversations and respond to relevant mentions. By relevant mentions, I mean if you're on Facebook and someone tags you, someone calls you out and asks a question, you'll be mentioned in that conversation. Or someone mentions the brand, calls the brand, you'll be mentioned in that conversation. How do you respond? So a business that is concerned about what people are saying about its brand will monitor social media conversations and respond to relevant mentions. Secondly, a business that wants to understand how it is performing on social media would analyze its reach, engagement, and sales on Facebook. By reach, I mean how many persons are seeing your posts, your updates on a daily basis. how many people are engaging by virtue of likes, by virtue of comments, or even private chat with respect to a particular post that you made on your social media. That is what we call engagement. And sales, if you have a social media shop, like you have Facebook shop, Instagram shop, and even your website, how much sales are you doing on this shop? And how best can you say that it's as a result of your activity on this platform that is responsible for you to make this sales? A business that wants to reach a specific set of audience at a scale will run highly targeted social media ads. The social media currently has almost 3 billion persons using it on a daily basis. That is the biggest market anybody can ever think of. If you are interested in targeting a specific set of persons at a local scale, at a regional scale, or a global scale, you learn how to engage the use of social media advertising, which is one of the core pillars of social media marketing. As you can see on my slide here, you see the 5 core pillars of social media. 1, strategy. Second one, planning and publishing. Third, listening and engagement. Fourth, analytics and reporting. Fifth, advertising. I will start with strategy. What really is strategy? Several persons go online on Facebook to create their shops or to create a Facebook page or a Facebook group, or is it Twitter or Instagram, without clearly defining their goal. Why are you on social media? It is very important that we have to understand why we are on social media, or why we're choosing to take our business to social media. Are we looking for brand recognition or brand awareness? Like, you want more people to know about what you are doing, or you want to increase your revenue by making more sales? If you are able to identify this goal of yours, it will now enable you to determine which social media platform you want to focus on. Let's not forget that we have several social media platforms. We mentioned it earlier in this session. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. So your goals will determine which social media platform you want to focus on. And once you've determined the social media platform you want to focus on, you now move on to the type of content you would want to share. Planning and publishing. Exactly what you want to publish. What are your contents like? Social media marketing for small businesses usually starts with having a consistent presence on social media. Close to 3 billion persons use the social media on a daily basis. By being present on social media platforms, you give your brand an opportunity to be discovered by your future customers. Publishing to social media is as simple as sharing a blog post, an image, or a video on a social media platform. For some of you that are my friends on Facebook, you will notice that sometimes I post videos, sometimes I write articles, sometimes I do something as simple as visiting some other person's wall and sharing an important conversation. These are what we call publishing. Videos, images, blog posts, sharing conversations of others, and as the case may be. Once you have a strategy and you're able to plan very well, you will now understand what you really need to post and how you go about posting it. Another important pillar that we have to consider is listening and engagement. Are you paying attention to what's happening on your Facebook page? Is your page likes increasing on a daily basis, or is it stagnated? Are people having conversations about your brand or your business on Facebook? Are people mentioning you or commenting on your post or tagging you on several conversations, even if it is not on your page? So you will have to monitor social media conversations about your brand. If it is a positive comment, then you get a chance to surprise and delight them by responding in the way they expect you to. If it is not, if you are getting negative reviews, you will have to take a step back, analyze the reviews, and take appropriate action. Along the way, whether you are publishing content or engaging on social media, you will want to know how the social media marketing is performing. Are you reaching more people on social media this month than you did last month? How many positive mentions do you get in a month? How many people use your brand hashtag? Hashtag, like I've given an example here, hashtag Victoria Yes, hashtag Nefertiti's Sessions, etc., etc. That takes us to advertising. Social media advertising allows us to reach a wider audience than who we are following today. Social media advertising platforms are so powerful nowadays that you can specify exactly who to display your ads to, who you can create target audience based on their demographics, interests, behaviors, and more. Among these 5 core pillars of social media marketing that I mentioned earlier, I would like to focus more on advertising, because I understand that a greater percentage of us here are on social media. A greater percentage of us here have Facebook pages, Instagram handles, Twitter handles, and the case may be. But what majority of us don't understand is how we can advertise our products and services on our social media platforms, and how we can use that to generate reasonable leads that will be converted to revenue, money, in quotes. So I'll be looking at Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, and Google AdWords. But due to the limitation of time, I will want to focus specifically on Facebook ads, and I would like to do it in a practical way. For today's session, we'll be having the case study, what I call Victoria's Wears. Now, Victoria's Wears is a fictitious brand that I've created in the course of this session. Victoria's Wears is actually a brand that has to do with sales of ladies' wears and accessories. So I'll quickly.
Mama, yes, ma. I'm sorry for disturbing you, but I want to find out. Someone has reached out and stated that, not just one person, some other persons, they are stating that probably we could have this session again tomorrow. That's this because it's having serious network glitches. So can you guys hear him properly over there? Aha. But a whole lot of persons are still complaining. I already said that. I will allow him run his course, but I just wanted to bring it to your notice. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Let's just allow him run it. Okay. All right, ma'am. Yes, how do you pronounce the surname? Okay, Wategiri. Okay, ma'am. All right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, beloved moderator. Can I proceed? Moderator, can we proceed, please?
Yes, we can proceed.
You interrupted us, so we had to wait for you to be done.
I'm sorry about it.
Okay.
We can proceed now, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
So on my screen is a fictitious Facebook page. Are we all seeing my screen? The Facebook page, Victoria's West. What we have here is a Facebook page called Victoria's West. I want to briefly show you how the owner of this page can boost an ad and get it to reach certain targeted audience. So I will use a particular picture here to demonstrate to us how this can be done. As you can see this particular picture, I click on boost post. You can see here you have currently 2 people reached 0 engagement made. I want to increase the number of people that will see this picture in order for them to reach out to my company in order to purchase the clothes the lady is wearing or to ask me more questions about it. Don't forget, I randomly had to populate this page with these pictures. You could populate your page with pictures of what you are actually selling. Okay, so let's assume that the picture of the lady standing here is a picture of a cloth. Maybe, okay, we want to market this particular cloth this lady is wearing, and we want to increase the engagement, the number of persons that see this post on Facebook. Don't forget, Facebook has about 3 billion users on a daily basis. We don't want our post to go to a random audience. We want to narrow our post, which has to do with planning. We want to narrow our post to persons between the ages of 16 to 45 who are residing in Nigeria and are interested in buying women clothes. So I click on boost post. Facebook now asks me objectives. What are my objectives? It gets more people to react, comment, and share, or connect and chat with potential customers. So I will pick connect and chat with potential customers. Choose where you want people to message you. I select Messenger. Location. I select the location by clicking on it. I select women, ages 18 to 45. And I could select my location. I could add more location. I could add Nigeria in general. Then interest, I could include ladies, accessories, clothes, Yes. As you can see on my screen that Facebook have been giving me suggestions as to what I might pick. As you can see, if I pick yes, you can see here wedding dress, ready to wear, foundation garment, formal wear, casual, baby wear, and so on and so forth. So in this case, I'll pick casual. My audience size is showing 180,000 people. That is to say that if I boost this post, it has the potential of reaching about 180,000 people. So I proceed to save. I could create a new audience if I want to. Maybe I want to narrow it down to a specific area. I could say Lagos. I include my duration to 10 days. Facebook has shown me that I'll be spending a total of $10, which is about, if you convert it to Naira, will be about 3,500 Naira or 4,500 Naira, given the current exchange rate. And Facebook has shown me that I have an estimated 1,900 people a day that I will reach if I budget this amount of money. So I can now go ahead to click on, okay, for the problem, let me show you quickly, briefly. On this, my page, I currently have my credit card attached to it. But let me quickly show you. On payment method, you click on change. Facebook will bring up a page for you to include your payment method, where you include your payment method. Please note that all our major cards used in Nigeria is accepted. MasterCard and Visa card. The only card that is not accepted is BEV card that is normally being issued by First Bank. So if you are using a MasterCard or a Visa card, your card will be accepted by Facebook. So when you're done changing your payment or including your payment provider by clicking on this button, change, and you enter the details of your card, you can now click on boost. So as you can see, the Save Changes button is no longer active, meaning that Facebook has successfully sent my post for review. On completion of the review, you will get an email in your email address informing you that Facebook has successfully approved your advertisement, and the amount of $10 will be taken from your account when the advertisement has been completed. Now, please note, they will not take the money immediately from your account. You are only telling Facebook that you are ready to spend as much as $10 to get this advert done. So as more people are viewing your site based on Facebook advertising your post to the specific audience you have chosen, people living in Nigeria between the ages of 18 and 45, gender female, whose interests are ladies' clothes, casual clothes, work clothes, and employee clothes, Facebook will take $10 from your account if they are able to showcase your post to the number of persons they told you they will be able to show the post to. So you will notice that from your account, certain amount, tiny, maybe certain amount of money will be leaving your account, possibly $1, $2, $3, as the case may be. But rest assured that it will not exceed the amount of money you agreed, which is $10. Now, in my own case now, it's showing $10 because Facebook is seeing my location as if I am in the US or any other country that uses the dollar. There is a setting that you would include on your Facebook page that will enable Facebook to calculate the amount of money in your local currency. Due to the limitation of time, I may not be able to go in details as to how we can make these changes. So over time, you realize that this particular post will have several engagements. You will have several people contacting you, people liking it, people commenting about the price of this particular post. Now, this is where the real work comes in. It does not end by you boosting your post and getting more people, more Facebook users to see your post. What do you do thereafter? The people seeing your post or asking questions about your post must and should be converted to sales. That is where the real work lies. People can view your post and ask questions about your post and end up not making any sales. Reason being that you have not engaged them. Majority of us feel that you have so many people liking your page, so many people viewing your products and services online that it will automatically on its own convert itself into sales. No. You should be able to maintain a very good customer service record by responding to conversations and questions that will be asked, negotiating prices of your products, reaching out to your customers, having a one-on-one conversation with them. For example, if someone asks, how much is this dress? You could choose to respond directly on that particular chat so that others may know the price, or you might choose to go into the private DM, like you message the person directly to tell the person the price and engage the person further to ensure that you explain everything that has to do with that clothes, like how you intend to ship the clothes to the person, how you intend the challenges you may most likely face, especially in this period of COVID-19 that we have issues with delivery, the challenges you most likely face, and every other thing that has to do with that particular post. You ensure that you answer the questions that the customer will be asking to his satisfaction until the point whereby the customer will be ready to make a sale. So in several cases, we have people developing their Facebook page, maybe attending to it the first day, second day, the third day, and thereafter losing enthusiasm. Probably you've not seen any real action happening in your Facebook. Nobody has contacted you to make a purchase, and you are discouraged. You no longer want to continue. You say, why am I wasting my time? I want to assure you that in social media marketing, especially Facebook that we are using as today's case study, consistency is the key. You should be able to keep on posting new and fresh content, generating content like conversations, like writing articles about what you are actually doing, what you are selling, if you are selling, or if you are a brand promoter, you are promoting a brand, you actually talk about your brand consistently, get people to come to your page, to read your page, to see what you have to offer. Now, let me give you an example, a very fun example for that matter. We all hear about the social media personality called Bobrisky. A lot of us hear about Bobrisky. Bobrisky, for those of us that don't know who Bobrisky actually is, Bobrisky is actually a young man who decided to cross-dress as a woman. He built his brand around dressing as a woman. Now, basically, we will ask ourselves, how is Bobrisky making money? I choose to use this as an example because so many of us must have heard about Bobrisky, and we've heard how he has been trending on social media, and some of us ask ourselves, why is this young man trending, or why is this woman wannabe trending, and how is he making money from trending in this manner? I want to answer this question. Bobrisky sells cream, bleaching cream. She created a controversial brand for himself or herself. I don't even know what to address her anymore. But she created a brand, though using controversy, by dressing as a woman and bleaching her skin or his skin, her skin. Let's use that word. By bleaching her skin, and people who are interested in bleaching products, they reach out to her or him to ask him or her what type of cream he's using. Thereby, he uses that opportunity to sell his product. And it will interest you to know that his products are very, very expensive. And the cream de la cream of the societies are his major markets. So you can see how this personality called Bobrisky was able to use the social media to build a brand, though the brand is a very controversial brand that so many of us may not like, but he was able to build a brand to market what he has, using the tool available to him, which is the social media. So you could see basically from that example I have given, as funny as that example might sound, we could see that two things stand out. The young man had a strategy. And in that strategy, he was able to define his goal. And that goal being growing sales using the social media and using the tactics of controversy. If you are a social media fan, you will observe that everything that has to do with that personality is shrouded in controversy. He identified a strategy that worked for him and he used it. Why am I using this? For some of us that are using social media, or for others that will be delving into using social media, you must identify your goal first, build onto yourself a strategy that you will use in generating your content. How do you want to talk about your product? How engaging will your conversation be? Who are you targeting? What are their likes? If you understand these things, you'll now be able to tailor your conversations, your postings, your pictures, what you even sell, and how you present the things you sell. You'll now be able to tailor it in a language that your targeted crowd will understand. For example, if I want to sell ladies' handbags, just like Victoria's Wears is selling, if I start making posts about shoes or clothes or houses or cars, it is totally irrelevant to the item I want to sell. But I can actually make posts about dressing, how you should be able to dress to suit the occasion by wearing the right shoe, wearing the right color combination in our dressing, and carrying the right handbag. And when I get to the level of handbag, I now take my time to explain handbags, the type of handbags, the colors that matches, the colors that are universal colors that matches with any type of dressing, the quality of handbags we should carry. And I spent so much time talking about handbags. You will now realize that I have been able to bring the attention of my audience from general wears, narrow it down to handbags, and then focus on the particular item that I want to sell, being the handbag. So when in the future, when I start selling handbags on my page, most people will now understand that I am actually an authority on women dressing, most especially handbags. So majority of my audience may not come to visit my page because they want to come and buy a handbag. They may visit my page because of some dressing tips I have been giving on my page. In the process of reading these tips, they will get to see the other products and services I am selling, being handbags, maybe clothing, accessories, etc. They will get interested and will decide to make a purchase. So I've been able to develop a strategy that have generated traffic to my website, in addition to the advertisements that I'll be using Facebook to do. There are several tips that I would like to share with us in the course of this conversation, because what we've been doing so far has been to look at social media marketing in general. But I'd like to narrow down to several tips that you and I can actually use if I have the time. So briefly, I listed out on my screen YouTube videos, lead generation through content, which I've just spoken about, organic leads, paid leads, and engagement. Now, I want to briefly talk about YouTube videos because it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I know that still so many people have used it to generate quality traffic to their Facebook page, to their websites, and which in turn they convert it to sales. Okay. And I want to give a classic example using Facebook. I have a friend who has an online market where she sells food as takeaway in portions like 1 liter, 2 liters, 4 liters. She has structured her page to talk about her brand, but she had the issue of getting people to visit her page, to have page likes, because your page likes determine the number of people you have on your Facebook page, and the number of people that are seeing your content on your day-to-day basis. So we got talking and we decided to brainstorm on how she can direct people to visit her Facebook page, since she doesn't have money to do social media advertisement. I now gave her a simple tip. You have YouTube videos, you have Facebook videos. You want people to visit your Facebook page in order to make sales, in order to see the things you are selling. Why don't you make videos of you cooking and teaching people how to cook? Put it on YouTube channel. So many people will want to know how to cook. You are from the part of the country that is noted for cooking very fantastic meals. Why don't you assist other people in learning how to cook. Maybe you pick a particular dish in a month and you teach people how to make that particular dish. Let's say, for example, you want to, you pick afan soup. You go on your YouTube channel, you make a video of how you prepare afan soup and post it on your YouTube channel or on YouTube. And you now share that link with your friends through YouTube, through Facebook, through WhatsApp, through SMS, inviting them to go and learn how to cook afan soup in style. Yes, out of 1,000 persons or 500 people you may reach out to on using maybe these conversations like WhatsApp, posting it on your status, or sharing the link with people through SMS. You'll be very surprised that about out of every 500 persons, you might have about 200 people who will learn something new from the tips you will give in how to make afan soup, which is on YouTube. Because your video is on YouTube, your audience will always be visiting your YouTube channel from time to time to check whether you give motives on other dishes, if they learned anything worthwhile in the last video you did. And you now use this opportunity to direct them to subscribe to your channel and get them to visit your Facebook page by advertising your Facebook page on it. Over time, people will watch your videos. You could equally choose to post these videos on Facebook too. People will come to your page to watch videos to learn how to cook a particular soup. But rest assured that not everybody will be ready to do that cooking. There are some that will be within your location that will prefer you to do that cooking for them or want to engage you to contract you to do the cooking. Because they have been seeing your videos on cooking, they have that conviction that you can actually cook. So they will be very comfortable engaging you by coming to your Facebook page, that is your Facebook page, to make an order for you to either cook and deliver to them or be involved in cooking for an occasion for them. So you now see the relation. So when I had this discussion with my friend decided to make use of that strategy. And lo and behold, in a period of 6 months, she was able to build her Facebook page from 100% to 12,000 people. I am giving you a real life story. And in that 12,000 viewers or likes she has on her Facebook page, she has been making sales all throughout this COVID-19 period that people have not been going out, restaurants have not been opening in her location. People have been ordering for food from home. People have been inviting her to come and handle catering services, and she has been making so much money from it. So from this example, you can actually tell all your business to you need to generate content and quality content. That is why our caption is here, content generation dynamics. You need to understand your market and how you can, the kind of information that you like. You need to be sensational in your content. Without, yes, as prosecution, you don't need to go the way that social media celebrity publicity is, but you need to be unique in your own strategy so that you will not fall into the same category with every other person that is doing social media advertising. Even if you cannot do it yourself, you could choose to engage a friend, a family member, or even pay someone to do it for you. When you are able to use the strength of your content to generate leads, to generate traffic to your website, that is where you will get what we call organic leads that you see here on the screen. Organic leads being basically viewers, likes, and conversations that come not through payment or advertisement, but as a result of people that got to read your posts, people that saw your posts being shared on other sites, people that saw you being mentioned or your page being mentioned on other pages, on other social media or other websites. And from there, they came to like your page. These are what we call organic leads. Okay. So you understand that organic leads does not necessarily come from you having to spend any much money, but it actually comes from what you were able to, the content you were able to generate on a day-to-day basis from your social media engagement. So you have paid leads. I've already talked about paid leads, and by the example I gave with tutorials there, how I was able to use a live Facebook page to like put the ask. That is what we call page leads. Now, and you now come to engagement. Engagement is actually the most important of it all. People are visiting your website. People are visiting your Facebook page. People are visiting your social media page. And so what? So what happened? That is where engagement comes in. It doesn't end by getting people to visit your Facebook page. It doesn't end by getting people to visit your Twitter handle or your Instagram or be watching your videos on YouTube. Are you engaging them? Are you responding to their queries? Are you responding to their conversations? Are you communicating what your goals are by your conversation? If someone asks you, what exactly are you selling? Are you able to communicate to that person and close a sale from it? This is actually very important. It's actually a skill set that you have to learn. I do visit some Facebook pages and I see people engaging in quarrel, idle banters, etc. If you want to leverage on social media to market your products and services, then your conduct on social media is very important. If someone makes a statement that you are not really comfortable with, maybe about your product, you don't have to go all out to attack the person and say, why would you say this? Why would you say that? You could change the pattern of conversation by trying to find out what really made the person say what he or she said. And now see how you could actually convince the person to think otherwise and possibly make a retraction of his or her statement, because that on its own is a validity for your business. So I understand that I may not really have much time, and then like I told the moderator earlier, that this kind of session is more of an interactive session. I would like to answer real life questions and attempt to explain certain concepts better than this presentation. I may not have been very fluent like Soro Margaret, and the likes of Soro Margaret are almost at the level of cosmic masters. You know? But like I said, this topic had to deal with what we do physically in our day-to-day activities. So please, moderator, could you please...
Frater Ubin Okonubin, thank you so much for this session. Despite the network glitches you faced, we are indeed grateful. And at the moment, we have a question waiting for you. But distinguished fraters and siras, I would like to let you know that you just listened to Social Media Marketing by Frater Ubin Okonubin, and he talked about social media being the new normal, so to speak, being that almost everything at the moment is virtual. So you need to have, even if you had an idea of what social media was about, but you need to know the basics, you need to know the details, how to benefit from the various social media platforms. And Frater Ubin stated that there are 5 core pillars for social media marketing. You have strategy, you have planning and publishing, listening and engagement, analytics and reporting. Okay, I think there's one I've forgotten to state now. Okay, so we have a question waiting from the Grand Councillor of Lagos Zone, Frata Babatope Ogunowo. So Frata Ubin, he's asking, how do people make money from number of persons that visit their websites? Frata Ubin, can you hear me?
Can you go ahead with the question?
Frata Ogunowo is asking, how do people make money from number of persons that visit their websites?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Beloved Frata, people make money by the number of persons that visit their website if you actually have a product or services. Now, let me break it down. If you actually, if you have a market, an online marketplace, you're selling accessories or you're selling cars. Okay, let's use cars for example. You're selling cars. Create a website for cars. People visiting your website will be exposed to the product you are selling. If you provide a presenter, you're a musician, talk about your services and what you do on your website, and you now use all these tools like social media and the rest to generate the necessary traffic to your website. In order for people to see any money that Google, no, it doesn't happen like that. You must be offering a particular service that you promote. So the website is like your virtual showroom where people will come to see what you have to offer and will now engage you and make sales and make a purchase, thereby you making money in the process. Even though we have certain websites like newspaper websites and the rest who make money from adverts. Now they have a website that has so many people visiting them. Like for example, we say the Guardian newspaper or the Nation newspaper. They have lots of traffic. People have been visiting the Nation newspaper every morning to read. So they now make adverts. Okay. They could contact corporate bodies. I could contact the Guardian newspaper or the Nation newspaper to put up adverts on their website because I know that on a daily basis, people visit their website. So I know that whatever adverts I put on their website, people will see it. So I will readily part with whatever amount of money they say I should pay because they have a track record of having lots of people visiting the site. So if you want to build a website for that purpose, then you have to generate lots of content on your website that will enable people to come to your website on a daily basis in order for you to have justification to make advertisements on your site and people will pay. I don't know whether I have answered that question to the satisfaction of the person.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Frata Ubin Okunubin. A whole lot of attendees actually complained about not getting to hear you despite the network improvement. So I would like to plead with you that you would kindly do us a favor by sending your slides to the email addresses of the attendees here present for today's session. How about that?
Beloved moderator, I think I will go further to expand more on the slides. Okay,
Thank
I'll
you
share
very
the
much.
expanded version of the slide. We have all the email addresses of the attendees, so we could send it to them, and we could also give the attendees an email to contact the organizers if they have any specific questions regarding this particular topic.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. And I suppose, distinguished fratres and sorors, that we are happy with this. The soft copy of this presentation, in fact, an improved version of this presentation will be sent to our various emails. So if you think you have any question, or from what he has said so far, you do not have clarity on certain points, please do well to leave your questions in the question and answer area on your screen, and he will factor these into his presentation. So on behalf of SIROC, I would like to say a very big thank you to you, Frater Ubin. And to think that you're the IT lead, and of all days, you had to experience the network glitch. But then we are very grateful. All right. Thank you very much.
It's the case of physician, heal thyself.
Don't mind me, I'm just teasing. So I would also want to use this opportunity to recognize the presence of Frater David Wategire, Grand Councillor for Centrum Lodge, Abuja, who has been present since morning at Centrum Lodge with the sorors and members also viewing this seminar collectively. Thank you very much for your presence, for the efforts, truly appreciated. So, distinguished fratres and sorors, we have come to the end of today's session. We will be here again tomorrow at 11 a.m. And like I said, we'll be having lectures on boosting our immunity through diet and lifestyle, as well as the benefits of deep breathing and overall body exercise. And we would also be having a special remark from the Deputy National Coordinator for the Sisters of the Rosy Cross, ROM Eunice Otete, for tomorrow, and we'll try to keep to time. So at this juncture, I'll be inviting Soror Cecilia Ekanem to assist with the closing invocation.
Thank you very much, Soror. Let us sit in meditation. Let us sit relaxed. Take in one deep breath and hold it as beloved God. We thank you for this opportunity to take part in the webinar virtual screening seminar that has been organized for the Eastern Zone sorors in that part of the world. We thank you for letting us have eminent scholars that have delivered these inspiring presentations. We pray thee that all the fratres and sorors that have benefited from this presentation, put them into practice. God of our hearts, protect us on our way back to our different homes and bring us back here safely tomorrow by this time. All this I ask in the name of the Rose and the Cross. So mote it be.
So mote it be. Thank you very much, Soror Ekanem. So, respected fratres and sorors, thank you so much for being here with us, for spending your last 3 hours with us. Truly appreciated, and we assure you tomorrow will be better because we'll be benefiting more from the topics we will be having. So please, we're looking forward to having all of us here present tomorrow. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you as well. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, ma. Bye-bye. Yes. So Margaret Obole. I like her lecture. Find that one.
Thank you. Thank you. FSCT, did I record this? Was it recorded? Huh?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
It was
okay.
recorded. Yes.
I said that was the video now.
You'll get it, Mama.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.